In 2017, something happened on YouTube that completely fundamentally shifted the way that YouTube, the platform, operates, and it has had a ripple effect for the last 6 years that have intensified, and every single creator on the platform is not safe and needs to understand that YouTube does not care about you at all. Let me explain. So 2017 was a big year, folks. President El Trumpeto was elected into office in 2016. He took office in 2017. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They got engaged. What a ride that one's been, huh? Am I right? UK folks, what do you guys think about the prince and princess? Leave it in the comments below. Because where I'm sitting, they look like a couple of nutbags. All right, guys, now here's what happened in 2017 on YouTube. There was a family channel. They were called Daddy05, and Daddy05 created a bunch of family vlog content, but it was very specific content. It was family prank content, and what had happened was YouTube rewarded them for intense family pranks. And so the more intense the pranks, the more the kids would cry, and the more views they would get, and the more ad money they would get, and it was just this like vicious cycle. But early in the year, a whole bunch of fans started complaining because the pranks were getting out of control. And I remember watching some of this content. If you guys want to see a great mini documentary on it, you can check out Sunny V2. But I watched some of the content and it was horrifying. What happened was advertisers started pulling their content, their advertisements from YouTube channels because they were being attached to this stuff, and people were emailing the ads and like, how dare you attach your stuff to this that's dangerous to kids? And then it created this wave of over censorship. Now, as soon as this happened in 2017, YouTube came out with the not advertiser friendly icon. It was a yellow NAF, so anytime you'd have a video that might be flagged as
not advertiser friendly,
YouTube would pull the ad revenue from that video and you wouldn't get paid on it. Now, that was detrimental to people like us because we were full-time YouTubers at that point. And a lot of other YouTubers, that was detrimental to them too because their system was oversensitive. But it created this mentality on YouTube and other social media platforms of over censorship. Fast forward to today, and you see almost every day a certain side of the political spectrum getting their content pulled. You've seen the Daily Wire get their content pulled.
There are certain things I'm not allowed to say, apparently. Like, I was told by HR that I'm not allowed to say that.
We've seen Theo Von, a comedian, get his content pulled.
Probably because I've always just felt uncomfortable.
We've seen social media accounts suppress certain stories from very credible, reputable news media companies on specific laptops. Remember that? And then fast forward to today and we find out, oh, that laptop actually was legit and did have horrible, horrendous things on it. And then you got Elon Musk, who's out there talking about the Twitter files and showing mass collusion between the FBI and social media companies, where they're like, hey, we don't like this account. They're saying things that could be considered as
misinformation
without actually defining what misinformation means or what sources are credible versus what are not. And the FBI saying,
hold this account, hold this social media account, suppress this account, ban that account.
You guys, it's happening all over the place. And if you guys think that you're safe because you lean to one political ideology, you're not. Once this mass censorship happens, it doesn't matter who you are. If you say the wrong thing, you're gonna get your stuff pulled. What are the platforms that are most safe from this? Now, I know a lot of you guys are all amped on Threads right now, but you guys, that's the Twitter knockoff by Mark Zuckerberg, and Mark Zuckerberg is notoriously keen on censorship. Need I remind you of a couple of instances?
Where we may have made content review mistakes.
I do remember that. So you look at platforms like Twitter. Elon Musk is pro-free speech right now. He's not censoring a whole lot of stuff.
Well, I think it's very important that it be an inclusive arena for free speech. Well, yeah, it's just really important that people have the reality and the perception that they are able to speak freely within the bounds of the law.
Now, I don't know with the changing of the guard what this new CEO is going to start doing. Now, I know a couple of accounts that don't fall in line with the ideologies of the new CEO have already been faced with some banning type practices, so be careful there. Rumble's another platform. Think what you will of Rumble, but they've actually been very pro-free speech and anti-censorship. A lot of people are leaving Twitch and going over to Kick for their streaming services. I don't really know what Kick is, but I've heard that it's pretty good. If you're drawing a lot of your livelihood from social media, make sure that you're looking at alternative sources, or make sure that you're pulling your audience off of those platforms and putting them into membership communities like Patreon. The only thing with Patreon is that you could be censored there as well. So make sure that the membership community platform is also pro-free speech and also anti-censorship. And then another thing you should be doing is building an email list. So that way, if your account ever gets banned, you can send out one email and have everybody know where they can find you from here on out. And then the last thing, you guys, is you should all be building businesses off of social media. You should be using social media to fuel your businesses, but but you shouldn't be building your businesses that are dependent on social media to the point that if it gets pulled, you are going to be in trouble. And if you want to learn how to do that, then you click the link in the description below to the podcast channel where I'm only speaking to business owners about how to use social media to build a business. The point of all of this, you guys, is to say you are not safe on social media. Social media is a landlord that can change the lease on you at any time. They can throw bed bugs through your windows and you have no way of fighting them. Think about it this way. It's like seeing an empty beehive just full of dripping and sweet honey. And you look at it, you go up to it and you grab a big chunk, you take a bite, it's honey's running down your chin, all over your chest. And you think everything is all good and you keep taking bites and then you start to hear a buzzing. The buzzing gets louder and it gets louder and it gets louder. And then the bees start stinging you and you get sting and stung all over your body and it's not looking good for you. You guys, don't fall into the honey trap of social media. You always end up getting stung if you put all your eggs in one basket. That's all I gotta say. Look at this video. See you on the next one.